Well, hey guys, in this video I'm running the Perun 2 from Olight, the head torch. I give it a bit of a run and it seems to be the goods. But guys, if you want this, it's going to have 40% off. Use the link in the description, in the bio, and there's going to be a sale up to 40% off from the 17th of May to the 19th of May in the OD green. And for an extra $1, you get a multi-tool. You get this multi-tool here, the optical or something like that. So guys, check out the video. Hope you enjoy it. And this thing here is a great head torch for hunting. As you'll see in the video, no drama with it. I've been running it for a few weeks now and I don't see any drama. Just like I'm about to do now. I'm going to go out and have a bit of a bow peep. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoy the video. Make sure you support me by using the link in the description. And for any other products that aren't on sale, use my product code CPQ10 to get an extra 10% off your sales. I'll tell you something before we get into this video. I started to go back to old school, you know. The way we used to find out when pigs were coming onto pads was we used to use a clock. We used to put the old analog clock, we used to tape it to a tree and put a bit of fishing line to the battery and across the pad. The pigs would walk through there and, well, you'd figure out what time they were coming in. I sort of like the challenge. That's just me, that's just a me thing. But anyway, I've sort of been doing that a little bit lately, so you'll see that in the future videos, a bit of old school action. Bloody earth. I forgot to tell you guys, I'm also using the Warrior X3 in the video. Use a link in the description to go and get yourself one of them. They are magic. It's what I've been using for a fair while now on my night rifle. I'm running a 30-30 at night. So use a link in the description and use our product code CPQ10. You get an extra 10% off that bad boy. Anyway guys, I'm bloody earth. And I'm running this in the video. Javelot Mini. The Mini, it hasn't left there since I've got it. The Javelot Mini. Use the link in the description. Righto guys, I've come out tonight for a bit of a look. We've got a full moon. She's supposed to be a bit of a fancy one because last night it was 98%. Tonight's 100 and tomorrow night's supposed to be 98. So I thought, well, we'll go smack bang in the middle. I'm running a new head torch tonight. I'm running the Olight perun, and I'm going to give it a bit of a whirl and see how it goes with video. Look, I've been running around with it so far tonight, more than enough for hunting. But I would like to see how it goes with putting out video content. For me, that's all what I'm about with head torches. If it's going to put out good video content and what have you. But look, head torch is a head torch. You only need to see in front of you so far and get in there and help the dogs out. So look, it's going to do that. But anyway, I'm out. I've got the new head torch on. Been playing around with it. I'm trying to flatten it. I'm trying to put it to the test. The perun, I'm trying to think how to say it. Perun it is. I'll give you a look. It's a medium setting. Medium. Oh, here we go. Medium, high, and turbo. And what do we got here? Hold on. There, that's low. That's low. Medium, you being the guinea pig there. And high. More than enough to go hunting. Anyway, I've come out. I'm having a bit of a look. I got Molly, I got Lola, and I got my old mate Cock. He's come out for a bit of a look. Hasn't been out in a while, a couple of months. So it's pretty fresh. I managed to rope him into it tonight. And we got a good moon. So it's a full moon tonight. So hopefully we get a bit of action. But the whole reason we're out, the whole reason I've come out tonight a bit earlier than I was going to go, is because I'm sitting at home just minding my own business. I'm just sitting at home minding my own business, and I get a text message from my old mate Daz from Hooks to Hook. Go and check him out on Instagram. I'll put his link in the description. He goes to me, "You boring tonight?" I said, "Oh, probably, more than likely." He goes, and I said to him, "Oh, what about you?" And he said, "Yeah, probably. How's about a bore off?" Well, you only got to pull me once. You only got to pull me on once, and that's it. I'll just start the trash talk from now. I probably won't even catch a pig, but I'll go down with a fight. Like, I'll go down gobbing off pretty hard. You know what I'm like, Cock. Yeah. Even if I'm not catching, buddy. And to be quite fair, I've got a three-legged dog, and I got one of his dogs, so I'll still trash talk him. I'll still trash talk the bastard. He's up me now on Instagram, so I better go and check it out and see how we go. But the name of the plan is to beat him. He wants to have a bit of a run, so, well, So well, I'll have a go. I'll have a go. I don't care. I'll pull. Anyone pulls me on, I'll have a go. Even if I catch a sucker, I won't make out that I'm going to catch everything. But if I do catch a big one, I tell you what, he'll hear about it. Anyway, we're going to have a bit of a run around. Got a good moon tonight, and the last time I got a real good boar was actually with him. So I need him to break the curse. So that's why he's here. Anyway, let's go out and have a bit of a lap around and see how we go. I'm bloody oath. What do you dogs think of this head torch? Oh, petite one. Oh, okay.
Righto, I'm just about to head out. I've been talking to Foss, and we're going to have a bit of a bore off tonight. So we've got the full moon. Get him out of his bloody veggie garden he keeps tinkering with. Get him back to what he should be doing. Getting rid of a few. Anyway, Shirley's keen as a bean. Hey Shells. Yep, enthused. Big Duke and Goldie in the cage. Anyway, we'll go and see what we can find. Up ya, Foss.
Well, my old mate Daz, old GoPag, aka, I'm out here. I got a bit of spring in my step, buddy, because I was just minding my own business at home, and then I get a bit of a cheeky message. What are you up to? Oh, not much, mate. Just watching the footy. Boring tonight. I said, oh, maybe. More than likely. He said, you want to have a run? You want to have a run at the shot at the title, you reckon? I do, actually. I'll have a fucking run at the title. Anyway, I'm out here. I got a 3-legged dog, and I got one of his dogs. So, I'll gob off where I can. So the trash talk's already begun. So we might as well go out and see if we can slay a couple, or at least scare something. I got me offsider with me tonight because I need some moral support, because I know he'll probably outdo me, but I'll go until I catch something. Anyway, she's on, Big Daz. She's on. Oh, they're smelling pigs here now. Hey, where are you, cock? Oh, there, cock. Anyway, let's go. Righto, guys. What I'm going to do tonight is I'm down here in the cane paddock, and I'm just starting backwards tonight. So I usually do my blocks in one certain way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the opposite end, because I've been noticing there's been a boar coming in, but every time he gets sort of half close to him the way I usually do it, he's gone, he'll blow. So what I'm going to do, I'm driving to the opposite end of the farm now with the dogs locked up, and then I'm going to hunt into him. So if he's into the block, I'm going to come into him from the opposite end, from the opposite way, and just try and stuff him up, because with the full moon I feel like he'd be pushing in further, looking for more, using the night as cover, but also with how much light there is, he'd be pushing out, and you sort of always catch a good boar on a full moon. So that's my plan tonight, is I'm going to try and just switch it up. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get the dogs out here directly and try that. I haven't done that in a while here, so they're used to me going in one direction. So we'll do that and see if we can get on the board straight up. I'll drop the Mungandai glove into old Dad straight up. What do you reckon, Cock? I can smell pigs now.
Oh, I can smell something.
I can smell something now, like proper, yeah. But I got my blinkers on. I'm going to the end. I'm going to the end there. So what else? I'm just screaming at dogs because they're trying to jump and go into standover. I don't want them in standover yet, because what'll happen is I'll just sit there for hours and work it, and I want to hunt some of this return cane before I worry about standover. Come here!
Nightmares in my head, I feel like the thoughts build
it'll just
up
ruin the
until
whole
I
night.
can't hear.
Come here!
That my mind fills up into
Come here, get up!
and it haunts me
Starting the night,
somewhere
just
much
hunting that.
deeper. Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy.
Sit down. They just let him out too. I want to hunt this return. I want to hunt the return first, because we'll just spend hours in there. And what it's been doing in the last few hunts is, because it's a second year standover, so it's super thick. And what's been happening is that's how I've been blowing them. It's just blowing them in that, and they gassing the dogs too quick. So anyway, we're in where I want to be now. So what it is. This little block here is standover, but it's first year standover, so it hasn't stood over for 2 years like the other stuff. So this is not as bad. It's still bad, but it's not as bad. as such. There's tracks on the track here, and by turning the hunt upside down, I'm hoping that they're already in the farm here, and they're going to be disorient them. What, I can't even say the word. What's the word I'm looking for here?
Yeah. Next question.
Disorientate.
Yeah.
Disorientate.
That's it.
We're getting bloody a bit wild. Pressure's on. See, the pressure's on. Disorientate the pigs into running a different way. So if I can do that, they'll stuff up easier, and they'll be like, it'll be like a hair in a spotlight or in a pair of headlights. It'll be all over the place because they're not sure where they're going, and that's the idea of what we're doing. There they go. They just jumped right where I was looking.
And here that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me.
Dogs jump now. They're heading straight back to the stander where I don't want them to, so I'm going to block them up so they don't go in there. If I can. It's just they're just obviously winding real high. You can smell them over there. It's a pointless exercise at the moment. I want to cover all the ground possible that's easy, and then worry about that. Just get to this drain here where they're going to go, and I'll try and pull them up. With any luck, they get onto something in here before. Right, too slow. They've already gone across now. Might as well write the hunt off. If I don't catch something in this sandover in the first sort of 5 or 10 minutes, it's going to just affect the whole hunt for the night because they'll just gas themselves. God. So to put in perspective what's happened, they're already 400 metres in here. This block is about a kilometre long by about 600 metres wide. Probably around 800 metres. And it's standover, and there's no brakes in it, so that's what makes it so difficult. Is you've got to like run in to get them out, because they get a lot unexperienced dogs get lost in there. Like Lola's not really experienced with standover, and she gets lost in there. So it's a bit of and after Molly's been cooked too, it's an exercise that I just didn't want to happen straight up. So where they were, you could hear mob pigs running around. Night's over for us because they'll be gassed, and they won't stop kitting there. Like I'll have to drive to a different farm to keep going. You could hear them running around. There's a bit of mob stuff in there. There might be a mob boar, but the bigger boar that I've been seeing, he would be on the other side where we started. So in there you only see, we won't be getting it out to weigh it. But anyway, let's go up here. The dogs are pumped up to the driveway, so I'll try and get them back. If I can get them back, I'm locking them up and I'm going to the other end of the farm. Well, I got them back. I'm going. Another hunt here for now because Molly's gassed. Lola's sort of all right. Molly's gassed because she doesn't do anywhere near as much hunting or as long and sustainable as she used to because she's been cooked. And like, just look at this. You might think that's not all that bad, but this is what happens. It'll just lay there now for the next half an hour. It's just how they go when they've been cooked, you know, and that's the problem in this country. That's the mangroves and the cane. Dogs don't have a long life hunting it because it's so hard going, and that's why there's only a limited number of us that do hunt it and can hunt it well. So anyway, I'll go up there and hose it down and try and cool her off for the best I can and see if we can keep hunting. But that's why I said I didn't want to hit this first, is because this will happen. Anyway. Righto, we're hunting again. We're back on track. I'm still doing what I was doing. I'm still hunting back to front. I'm just sort of working from one end to another, and dogs are cooled down. They're working again now, so we'll see how we go. Haven't had any action yet, but just lie. There you go. There she goes. So we got them back on track. We got them away from that standover. So see what happens here. I've been sort of seeing the odd footprint around in the dew. I'm thinking the pig's been walking up the track here. That's one thing you can look out for when you're hunting and there's dew around of a morning or of a night, is you'll see dew marks in the grass. So that's what I've been doing, is sort of looking there, and I don't know where they're gone, but I better put this down and suss it out. Right, they punch straight up here into the beans, so that's good. So we're going to try and see what they do and block them up where we can. Hopefully they get onto them pretty quick. I feel like the bigger boar would keep away from the mob. Aren't they? Right, they've gone. They're 600 metres before the time they've gone, so they must be on some real good scent, or they're up him. So we'll get up here and see what they're doing. But it's pretty dusty here, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what they do.
Entombed in my mind, can't seem to break away.
They must be up him because they're straight into the mangroves. And that's the last time we got a real good pig with cock, was in the mangroves. So ooh, yeah, we better get up here and see what's going on. Heard it. Oh yeah, look. Oh, they're chewing, they best be here. Righto, it's worked. We've got a pig, and that's because I changed strategy. Because I would have come in from the other way. They were sitting down the bottom here of these beans, and they've been chewing here. And they've been in the beans here, and they've been in the cane. But look, the head torch wasn't too bad running in. I had it on high running in, so we'll see what it's like in the footage. But least of my problems now is running on, because I'm on the board now, and Darren, well, I'm guaranteed he'll be on the board shortly. But what they were doing is, must have been down here, and because I've changed strategy, they usually, what they do is here, they just run straight in the mangroves, because they caught them with their pants down on the edge of the beans and chewing on the cane here, and the dogs come, they've obviously backtracked them from way down there, like 700 metres away through the beans, and hit them here. So the dogs have run on, so I better go and see what they're doing. They're looking around at the moment. So I'll leave them work. I'll give you a look at what we got here so far, but that's just the beauty of changing your routine. There's no breeze around tonight, and I always do this block one way because the breeze always blows one way. I changed it up tonight and we're pretty well straight on the board. Once we sorted out that standover drama, straight up. First jump, wasn't it? First jump.
First jump, that's good.
They were chewing in there, and they're eating these beans here on the side here. Righto, dogs are pumping. I'm just doing a bit of video there. I just looked down my tracker and they have proper gone. So we better get up there and block them up because they're 500 away. They'll be chasing us into this mob, so we'll get up there.
Well, we're on the board, Big Days. We're on the board, so we're on. That's all that matters. We're on the board. Check her out. What is it? How'd you go with the cock?
Not too bad.
Dogs run on again. We better get up there and have a go, eh? Bloody hell. Now it's our slayer. Oh, I hear beeping.
And that's where we're going now. We're upper. Hopefully we get some more action. Fucking down in here. Come here. Fuck, she's in the water. Lola, come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Yeah, they're in there. Look at them. Fuck me. Come here. Come on. Good dogs. They're in the fucking water. God. Come here. I'm not going to be able to get down now. I'll just call them back from here. Come on. Come on. What's this tide doing? Going out. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come here. Oh, I hate this shit here. This is why you lose pig dogs around here. Good dogs, come on. Come on, that would have been a big pig if they don't usually swim here. Come here. Come here. They don't usually swim here unless they're real good bastards. Lola, Lola, Lola. Come on. Good dog, good dog. Come on, come on. Molly, come here. Good. Yeah. Try not to grab the tracker. Yeah, just grab the plate, the thing. Yeah. I wonder what got her. Oh, Sharky boy. No, they would have had him out there. They would have been them swimming around. They would have been them swimming around with him. And the pig's just chewing on whatever he got. They had him out there. Good dog, come here, give me a look.
Big pigs in that river.
Yeah, they always are here if they are. But yeah, that tip's about to come off that tail. That pig's had her. They've obviously had it out there. Unless it was a sharky nip. That would not surprise me. The amount of bull sharks here. Amount of fucking bull sharks here. Righto, we just end up in the river. It's very rare for pigs to jump where we are here because it's like a cliff and they'll actually literally jump off of it. And usually it's only quite good pigs that do it. Like mob stuff, they just keep going. But if it's a good pig, there's islands over here and they will swim to them. I've been across there, I paddled across there before many a time. That's why I say I don't want dogs that swim. And Molly will go in, but she'll have to be right up it. And they were out in the middle. We're just calling them back. And well, she's got her tip missing off her tail. Well, so we'll have to sort that out. But what would probably happen is they had him out in the water and she's swimming around him and the pigs grabbed whatever. Or it would not surprise me here being a shark. Bull sharks here, the bull sharks just... I remember shooting pigs and they fall in the water and it's like not like minutes and they just smashing them. So I wouldn't put it past them here. But anyway, we'll keep going. She seems all right. It doesn't seem to be affecting her. She doesn't seem like she's in... It's just like a cut. But anyway, we'll sort it out. Bloody earth. What do you reckon? There's nothing wrong. She's all good. She's all good. It's just to keep a bit of the gunk out of it. We'll keep going for a bit. It's just a bit of a cut there, so just keep a bit of the gunk out and we'll just keep on going. What do you reckon? We'll keep going. We've been blown by a good bugger, I reckon. But anyway, we'll keep going around. Bloody earth. Right, I'm just heading back to where the dogs first jumped. I feel like there could be a better pig back down there, or it could be anywhere. They're definitely a lover. A couple of blokes just messing around here in the cane. For him to jump off there, that pig, I guarantee it was a good pig, and he's experienced. He's come from across the river before, and I've never seen too many of them swim where he went. But in saying that, that's what happens when you change up the way you hunt a block. You've spun them out. Like they think, oh, it's not usually the way he goes, and they run off in different areas. They run off in different directions, and that's what I'm saying. It disorientates them. And they do silly things, and that's what's happened there. That pig's gone off a spot where they never ever go because he's spun out by the way I've approached the block. So what I'm going to do is go back to where they've jumped, work back into the block, and keep pressing in like that. So we'll get up here and hopefully get some more action. You reckon we'll get some more action?
I reckon we'll get some more action.
So, but they were a fair way out in that river. They would have been 100 odd metres when I seen them. So as soon as I know the trackers drop out, I'm like, ooh, gotta go. But with Molly's tail, like that little sow we got could have done that. Like pigs will just grab onto any part of a dog if they can. If they don't have hooks to rake, they bite. That is. The other thing too, I'll mention to you is I always hunt these blocks around here in high tide to try and prevent the pigs going in the water. Like pig will go in the water if he's got to go, but mob pigs and that will go down into the mangroves, and most of this area here has got like swamp around it, so it's like probably a couple of 100 meters of just swamp that's out of water at low tide, and all the pigs seem to congregate there in low tide, and it's just a dog to get into. That's why I try and hunt this area here at high tide, so they come up out of the cane, they come up out of the mangroves into the cane and into the paddocks. That's another reason why. But oh, Molly is having a bit of a smell, so we'll see how we go. So she's having a smell. Probably still a bit bloody, fresh, but yeah, she's still smelling that way. So I'll just keep cutting me blocks, and I'll work into them. Hopefully I keep disorientating them. Come here, I'll put Molly up. But I'm just saying, is pigs will get disorientated easy. Like, they're not dumb animals, but they have a routine, and that's why they have pads everywhere, because they like to stick to a few different ways. They'll always have a couple of different exits, but if you can disorientate them enough to run on exits that are not worn in and they're not running on pads, is when you'll smash them, because they like a bit of routine, and they have a routine, you know. That's what I've found, that's my opinion. So anyway, let's keep hunting. But a yippy yapping here. But when you only catch sows, you got to try and pretend like you know something. Bloody is. Dog's just had a pretty good jump, so we get up here and see what they're doing. Sort of smelling around a bit, so I'll just turn the car off and get out and have a walk around, see if I see any tracks in the dew. Yeah, look. Tracks in the dew here, what I'm saying. Dogs haven't run here. You didn't walk there? Nah. So I'm just walking around looking for tracks, seeing what they're doing, yeah. Good dog, come on. I was just having a look at Instagram there, and old Dad's seen my story 24 minutes ago. I put it up after we got the dogs back and that. He's seen it. And no reply back yet, so he's either up to something, the prick, or he hasn't even come on the board yet. Oh, Jesus. I need to get a win once. Even if it's a bore off, but I get a sow. It doesn't really matter, does it? The sow off. Where's this track? For this track. The sow off, we should call it. Sometimes you're driving across this dewy stuff and you just see the dew marks of the pigs. You just see the dew mark there and you think, oh yeah, 3, 2, 1, bang, and the dogs jump. You can almost pick it, eh? That's what I'm trying to look for here. Oh, the dogs jumped. So we'll go up here and see what they're doing. Just running up the headland here. This is sort of where they jumped in the water. So might be just backtracking the mob, or yeah, but they're heading up there a little bit. Half the time I think they just jump, have a bit of a run like that, get back on the ute because they're cold. That's what I sort of put it down to. This one doesn't look like that, but some of the jumps we've been getting, they'd sort of get out and have a bit of a run and come back real quick. Sort of, she does it a lot when she gets cold. Now, I don't know if that's a thing or not, but that's what I reckon. That's a pretty good jump. Racing each other. So, see what they do though. They go down the mangroves here or into the standover. They look like they're going into the standover. Yeah, running along the track. There's a track here. They'll go down the mangroves and head out, but they haven't. They've gone past. They're running up the bloody side of the headland. They didn't even go in. They're running up the headland here. And way down the bottom there, they'll go out into cattle country if they keep going that way. So just follow up here. We'll see if there's any tracks. So it looks like there's a little bit of dusty sort of tracks here. But yeah, we'll keep going. We'll get up here. Let's see what they're doing. Still on the road, or they go in? Oh, they're still on they're pumping up here. They're going to head into that cattle country, I reckon. So I'll put this down. dog's just come pumping up here and then chucked a hard left. Yeah, right. But we don't need the lights on. Running the Warrior 3X tonight. This is a gun, but this is the torch I wanted to bolt on to this gun. And I want to shoot something. I want to see how it goes. In this corner, they can get out, so I might start walking down that way now. Oi. Come for a walk. They could be heading down to the bottom. Also running the Javelot Mini. Oh, dog bark, that's unusual. They got him, did they? Both. Yep. You got him. Ah, just get in the car. It's 240 metres, it'll be...
Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy. And silently, it can build and build until you finally see. Whoa, it's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all their shoulders. Like moving boulders just to get out of the home. It sucks, I've had enough.
Not too far, but I'm coming from behind him.
Under the rug, all my problems that I shove.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head,
I'm gonna play when I can hear it. Just start looking at that way.
that my mind fills up into a creature.
Oh, they've dropped him, have
Haunts
they?
me somewhere much deeper.
I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me. But let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me. But let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff.
Better go that gun if they're barking at him.
Like giving up, oh God, no luck. Everything feels like you're sticky stuck. I'm lost, handcuffed to the bed where I sleep. Don't give a fuck, can't stop, unplugged. Feeling overwhelmed, I think I've had enough. Gotta find a way to get some energy. Gotta find someone who's a good friend of me. I need purpose to make it all worth it. I'm still searching and I'm still learning. I want a life that's filled with memories, not a life with a dead in front of me. I need folks to keep me from hopeless psychosis. It might keep moving.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.
You got him?
My mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me. But let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me. But let's be really real, anxiety
You lead.
can foggy all this stuff.
Just turn me bloody torch down. Right, I just got in, got that little boar. He's not a bad little pig. Silent little bugger. But that wasn't a pig. I'm pretty confident that's not the pig they had. they're gassed. They run over a kilometre to get here, and then they worked around in here for a good 10 minutes, and they were running around the standover, and then we ended up getting them back out and pushed them in here. Well, I didn't even have to push them in, they just went. Molly's ripped a bandage off her bloody tail, so I'll give you a look at this pig. I reckon there's still a few more in here. My old mate Cock can still hear a couple. I can still hear a couple. Could hear some better pigs amongst them too, so while they're just cooling down and they're not really smelling, I might just do a couple of laps around just to try and keep them in this block. This is a little fellow we got. Maybe 40, 50, 40. Well, that's two. Because you could hear him yapping. I could hear him barking, and we could hear a good hit up. We get in there and you could hear this, and I was like, they must have got blown and then run on. That's what it sort of looked like. Then they grabbed that. I was like, oh God. Just there. Didn't it sound like they hit something a lot better than that? Because there was a yap, and I was like, oh, well, hold on a minute. A yap? And I never hear them yap unless they're half bailing on something big, and they'll yap. Well, Molly will yap if she's gassed. But I reckon they've dropped off. They were pretty gassed and they couldn't hold him. But anyway, that's just hearsay. We're on the board. We got two. I think my old mate Darren, he's seen my message before. I think he's replied, so I'm going to check that. But I'm about to hit back. Don't care. As long as I'm catching stuff like that, I'm still out catching pigs and I'm still competing. It's the name of the game. As long as you got life in you, you can tread water, you're still alive, aren't you?
That's it.
We're treading water at the moment. We'll go and have a look and see what he's got. Well, my old mate Daz, he's seen me reply from the last one. We've gone on to some more, and we're on the board again. We're on the board for the second time, bloody oath. We're just treading water. He'll probably hit me back. He'll probably hit back with something ridiculous. But anyway, we'll have a bit of a squiz, and hopefully we can stay in front. Hopefully. Yeah, boy. We're still in. We're still treading water. Righto, we just give the dogs a bit of a spell now. What we're doing, we're just going to keep circling these blocks where these mob pigs were here. There's a little bit of stand over here, but mostly return. So we're just going to just do some laps and see what goes on. Yeah. I sort of been holding out on Big Daz. I don't like quiet because he's up to something. He's either up to something or nothing at all. But anyway, we'll keep going, we'll keep hunting and see how we go. The dog's working, so see how we go. It's happened last time. I had a bit of a bore off and got a couple of shitters on a full moon, and then we got a pretty handy one. So hopefully it plays out the same way again. Righto, dog's just had another good jump in the same block we got that other pig, so hopefully they could have already gone because there's a pad going under the fence here, so we'll see. Righto, we're hunting the block the way we would now. We've worked our way to the end with them other two pigs. Now we're just covering our ass, really. We're just going around this block trying to keep them in. If they're in here, they might have already gone, but we're just covering around. It smells really sweet coming in the way I'm coming in now. You can smell that they've been chewing. So Molly's smelling low to the ground because there's not much airflow, so she's smelling low to the ground. So the way they've been picking them up tonight is they've been walking up the tracks. So I'll show you what she's doing. When she smells low like that, she's trying to get down to the ground level. When I notice her doing that, what I usually do is go for a walk because the air's not moving enough, to get a good jump. So when I notice her do that, I go for a walk usually because I feel the air's, she needs to get low like she's wanting to ground find. But I'm going to go around the block anyway, and just to make my sound go around so the pigs know, all right, There they go. So this way they jump was where they could break out. They break out either end and they just pump straight into this standover. So what I was saying is I'm just going around the block to get my sound there, to try and keep them in the block still, if they're still here. But I better go out and have a look at this. Might get another one here. Bloody hell, bloody hell. They'll break out just here or along this track. Here we go. I can hear another pig. I can hear a pig in there. I can hear it in front of them. Hear it? Yeah, dogs aren't even here. Dogs are 120 away. So dogs are in the cane here, and they run around the standover, and there is pigs and I can hear them, and there sounds like not a bad one in there. The way he's erupting, he'd be laid down doggo, and they get close to him and he'd jump up and erupt. So there's bits and pieces of standover here. So it's better to run 200 metres down return cane than it is 50 metres across standover. So that's what we're going to go do now, is get set up just in case they grab one, and so we can run down return cane. So the least standover we can run through, the better. This standover is a bit better. It's sort of upright still. Well, I got a blood spot on my torch. Oh well. Oh. Right, I got the dogs back. They've come back. So what I'm going to do is I'm still going to stick to my plan. So you could get sidetracked now and think, oh, that pig's running that way. I'm going to go up there and block him up. But I'm not. I'm going to keep running back down the other headland and doing the blocks like I originally wanted. That was sort of the plan. Like, we've pushed them back into the centre now. So what we do is, that plan was working, so we got to finish that plan off to keep them back in these blocks, and we might just get lucky to get one in the return, or catch him trying to break. We can blow him with a gun. That could go both ways, couldn't it? The tactic I'm doing here now sort of works around mountains too. Like anything, is we could, chase the bigger boar, or we think that we're onto, but we're trying to keep them in the cane, because it's easier to catch them in the cane than it is a kilometre in the mangroves or a kilometre up a mountain. Sooner to catch them in the cane than way up in yonder. So that's the idea of what I do here, is just to try and keep them centralised. And then it usually goes both ways. As they push that far deep into the standover, you can't catch them anyway. But where I am here now, I've got breaks where return cane is there. So, but it's just one of those things. It's better off trying to catch them in the cane than kilometres away. I'd rather run 300 or 400 metres and battle my way through a bit of cane than go a kilometre into mangroves or swim a river or something like that. It's just what are you doing? Oh, no, you got to do it. I got to do it too. Yeah, no, they're just on scent. They're just on scent. You're only as good as your dogs. I'll tell you something. A great hunter can make average dogs look spectacular, but an average hunter can make the best dog look like rubbish. Come here, look at you. What are you? My God. Put this down. Spraying bloody tail juice everywhere. Dogs are there. There's a pig just there. The fog's starting to set in, so that'll help us out a little bit, push all the scent down lower, and it should help us out a bit more anyway. As you have pretty good luck in the fog, but once it gets down too low, you'll only get them in places where it's real low or a bit higher, where the fog won't settle, and it's usually really warm in them pockets, because the fog will settle down and then there'll be like pockets. And two times that I find that I can use fog to help me out is when it's really low and I know there's like valleys and stuff, and they'll hide in that because it'll hold their scent, and when it's starting to set in like this, it'll push the scent down and it'll be cleaner scent for the dogs. Righto, we've just had another jump. We've been driving around a bit and come back to where we first had a good jump on the wider track in the standover, where we sort of been back and forwards, but that fog's pushed it down. So hopefully with that fog pushing down, we might actually have a chance. If we don't get him here, we're going to go have a look at another block or sum it up. We'll weigh it up. We're on the board, we got 2, so bloody oath, I better get out just in case. Right, the way the dogs are carrying on the tracker, it's like they're up one. Here one just in front of us, so I'll go and get them. The way they're running around the tracker, I'm going to go down and see if I can block him up, see if I can turn him back towards them or shoot him. But they'd be pretty gassed. They've been going pretty hard tonight in this standover, so get up here and see, and we'll come back and have a look just there again. And I don't know, it's getting pretty fresh. I don't know if I could be bothered going to another block. Go home and bloody get in the nest. What the problem is here is these are all mob pigs, and mob pigs are harder than any other pigs to catch. There's a mob of pigs in here. There's so much scent around. They're so hard. Like catching a couple of like lone boars, or your lone boar and his lover, they're a lot easier because you can pinpoint them and you can sort of track them a lot easier, and you can block them a lot easier. Because there's so many of them in here, you don't know which one you're after or what the mob's doing. Because we're hearing a number of pigs around here, and if you can catch mob pigs in standover, you're doing better than most. I was right, they're just travelling along here. There's a boar, and Molly's gone. He's heard us and he's just took off the other way. So we've got to go and try and block him up and see how we go. She's up him, proper. In the cane here. She's up him. He's just here somewhere. She just come flying past us. Sounds like he's above him. Fucking bad. Well, we're getting blown hard, eh? We're just getting run around. We're just getting made out to look like fools. These pigs are running us around. That's the problem with mob pigs. There's one okay fella in there. You can hear him, but there's a lot of mob pigs around that sort of 50, 60 kilos. And we're getting the run around. I'll tell you what, I think we've done pretty well so far to get 2 mob pigs out of all this cane and standover and return. And I've always said, if you can catch mob pigs in the cane, you're doing better than most. But we're just waiting here for Lola. We're just having a bit of a warm up. We've got the bloody engine on. There's still pigs here. There's still pigs out the front there. So we're just waiting for her. We're going to go for a bit of a lap. We're going to probably call it quits because we're cold as shit. I don't know how cold it would be. But my old mate Darren reckons he got blown pretty hard up in the mountains by real good pigs. So he just messaged me. So hopefully we've got the lead. Hopefully. But have a look at this, where the dogs have been working here for the last hour. Poor old Lola's lost. She gets a little bit flustered. She's been going pretty well on the cane. She's been going pretty well following Molly around, but in that scent there, it's really hard for them to follow their own scent out. So just sitting and waiting there. Hopefully she might bump into something. But she's found her way now. She must have heard us. She's coming out. Hopefully. Go and pick up these pigs and see how we go. I was just explaining to my old mate Cock here how I know that she's sort of getting a bit lost. Is she come on point for a second, and she'll come on point, she'll listen, and then she'll go a bit further, come on point, listen, come on point, listen, and try and work her way out like that. I find dogs that aren't used to a certain area or a certain crop, or they're not, you know, there's so much scent in there. That's what they do, is they try and listen to come back to you instead of using their nose. But she's getting a lot better. The more work she gets, the better she is. But you get that a lot with pups too. It's the same with pups when they're learning. You know, like 6-12 months solid work, they learn to go to the noise, and they learn all the little nitty-gritty bits. So we're just doing a block. The dogs, they're still hunting, surprisingly. They're still going on the back, standing up. I'd be raging, but if they weren't, I hate dogs laying down. Oh geez, it makes me wild. You hear that? Sucker. It's on for the 3rd time. It sounds like there's something a bit better here, so I'm going to put this down and get the gun out. Dog's just had another jump, so we'll see what comes of this. Sort of been jumping a fair bit. Pretty keen, so yeah. We'll see what happens. Oh, that's good. The dog's on the beans, so hopefully we might get an easy one here. But it is. On that jump we got a little boar, so that was long overdue. The dog's been working real hard for hours. It's what, we started out here about 10 o'clock, it's now 4:30 in the morning. We've got 3 shitters, we've had it with 2 boars. This is a little boar and a sow. So this is the 3rd one for the night. The old head torch seems to be holding up all right so far. So far so good. We're going to just keep hunting this block out, and we're going to see how we go. We might get another one. I'll give you a look at this. Got no tail on him. Someone's took the tail off him. You and this pig have got something in common. She lost. Old Molly, bloody half her tip of her tail's hanging off. You and this pig have got something in common. Oh well. I couldn't be bothered hanging them up or anything. I was going to, but if I get a couple more, I might. But should be right. Leave it here as a deterrent. Bloody is. How'd your dogs go? How'd you go? Okay. Righto, guys, we're finishing up. If you like any of the products I used in tonight's video or in any of my videos, use the links in the description. I'm running the Olight. Head torch tonight. It's something I've been looking forward to running for a while, because my other torch, the only reason I used my other one and bought my other one was for video, because it's got a real wide beam on it. But I've been looking for one of these for a while. I'll run you through it quickly. This is low. It has another like moon mode, but that's like really low. But this is low. You sort of can see here, I guess. I'll show you. That's low. Then you've got medium. Medium here. I think medium's like 270 lumens. And I'll go high. This is the mode that I've been running into the cane tonight. And look, I can see more than enough. I'll give you a look. And then, of course, we've got turbo. It's just a double click. Back down. You just hold it and back down to low. So you just a single click off. But guys, this head torch I've been wanting to run for a little while now, actually. And I finally got it. And as I said, the only reason I run my other torch is because of filming. And that's the only reason. Like, you don't need them big head torches unless you're filming, and I think this one will do a pretty good job. I'll have to go back and have a look through the footage in tonight's footage and see how it holds up. But guys, look, I'm more than happy with this torch, and I think most people out there that are hunting in the cane and hunting in general would be pretty happy with it, because the whole reason I wanted it, and this is no bullshit, this is the whole reason I wanted this, was because it's got replaceable batteries. You can pull the battery out, charge it, have a spare and go. And I like to carry spare batteries in my gear belt. That's just something I do, and that's something I like to do. Oop, we've had a power outage. My phone's about to go flat, my GoPro's about to go flat, so I better wrap it up. But guys, jump on board if you like any of my products that I've used in any of my videos. I use the Javelot Pro. I use a Javelot Mini in tonight's video. The Javelot Mini, that's a little one. I run it on my belt all the time. Since I've got it, I love it. The Warrior X3, that one there, I run on my night rifle, which you see tonight as well. So if you like any of these products, guys, go in the links in the description. Use them links. Go out and get hold of the products. And if you need a further 10% off, use my code CPQ10. And guys, if you're going out to buy yourself one of these, which you probably should to support me, you can get yourself one of these little multi-tools for $1 extra. Bloody oath. She's solid. And that goes, it's a little credit card multi-tool. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. If you like any of the products, jump in the link in the description. Support me, buy from them links. And I'm going to leave it there. And hopefully we got the win. I'll find out when I get home if we got the win. because old Daz reckoned he got blown pretty hard up in the mountains by something half handy. So we were battling all night too. We were battling in this cane, the standover. We started out in the standover where we didn't want the dogs to go, and we ended up recovering and getting 3 pigs. We got 2 boars and a sow, and we got a couple of suckers too. So guys, we had a spell there. We had a pretty good start, and then we had a 4-hour period where we just didn't get anything. We're just getting run around the cane, flat stick. We've been going since 10 o'clock. It's now 5:30, so the old head torch has held up for that long, so that's all you can ask. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. The dogs are asleep, and I think I might have to go and get a bit of Mickey D's or something. Bloody loose. Anyway, sun's coming up, the full moon's out. We could have got that big bastard if we kept going, but I'm just too slack. My feet are cold, my gum boots. Anyway, guys, I love yous and leave yous. Bloody love.
I tried for you. Tell me
Bloody hell.